No. How you doing? Thomas.
Thomas?
Nice to meet you.
So, Thomas?
You can call me Leo if you're so kind. No.
See,
No.
that's not an aggressive bark. I'm not worried about that. You know,
No.
he's just it's an alert pace, obviously, but you want to press that off. Because once we start to do all the right things, you don't have to deal with that
No.
noise. You know, and being able to do this continuously,
No.
he gets the idea that that's his job now, because you are already allowing it. Hey, quiet. See? See that? So I meant that, and he knew that. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
so right now I'm going to own this space.
Yeah.
You see, he's not aggressive, but he is. You see, this is lack of confidence.
Yes.
You know, there's a little. Hey, hey. Move, move, move.
He tends to go for
Hey.
me, if you know what I mean. He tends
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
not go for me, but
When in doubt, you're his.
I'm like the alpha male, whatever, you know what I mean? He,
Or it's a safe spot, more or
yeah,
less.
he kind of hang out with
Okay.
me.
So then I say hello to this one.
This is
Hey,
This is
sweetie.
Lucy, yeah.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah,
She
she's play.
she's
Oh.
been brilliant with him. She's like leading
girl.
the way. She's really
girl.
been good with him.
Yes. Good girl.
But I just don't, you know, I think after seeing, we took him into
girl.
Lowe's, and it was just horrendous. I mean, he
Yeah.
was lunging at people.
Yeah, and so really what happens is unless you're
Lucy.
prepared to deal with a dog like that, to deal with that high energy, to deal with a dog that's got a lot of super athlete in him, you know. So what we do is hopefully what we're going to do today.
Right.
We're going to give you a couple of tools to use.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a change of attitude.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you can see that the dog responded almost right away to what I just did.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think we just need to know what we need to do.
Right. So that's a good sign to me.
Yeah.
That's already a good sign. That,
Okay.
boom, as soon as I addressed it, and I
Yeah.
addressed it firmly, the dog said, oh, okay,
Okay.
all right. So the barking stopped.
Yes.
See that?
Yeah.
So then what happens is you have to take that role. You have to take over that role. Because anytime I hear a dog barking like that, that means that he thinks he has a role that you guys should be fulfilling.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you let your dogs to your door, if you let your dogs, answer the door first,
Okay.
if you let your dogs even when we came up, if you don't want him up in your window and, up into this space right here, I can own this space.
Okay.
I can tell him I don't want him even up on my window, like that.
It's just
very-
owning the space then.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
It is your home, after all.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And so our philosophy really is this. It revolves around us loving the dog. Hey, shh. Shh. So I'm going to put a touch on him.
That's good. We need a touch. That's good.
Hey, and pretty soon I'm going to get a hold of him. I'll get a hold of him in a minute after we talk.
Yeah.
See how he's coming to me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then just walk away from him like that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah, just walk away from that. So when I see a dog like this that has a lack of confidence and is really not curious enough around other people,
No.
hey,
No. Because he doesn't really want much to do with me at all.
yeah,
It's all about Al.
yeah.
And he has some interaction with me, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking it might happen
So
more
you see
when-
this anxiety in
Yeah,
his hip?
yes.
You see
And
that?
his licking of his lips
Right.
and everything.
Right.
His ears.
back.
Yeah.
Ears back.
Yeah.
Paw.
Tail going
So you
between
see
his
that paw?
legs.
That's
Yeah.
not a good sign. That means that he's ready. He's saying, hey,
He's
you
peeing
back
there
me up
too.
into a space. You back me up into a space.
I got
I may lash out at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm just
it's-
gonna make him know that I mean no harm, but to just own the space.
Let me see you still applying.
Nice. You see that? So I like when I see this because he's just working through something. He's just working through his own anxiety. but I don't play into feeling sorry for him. And I'm not going to say good boy yet or anything. I'm not going to praise him. I'm not going to give him any sign that, you know, that I feel like this is okay. You know what I mean? He peed?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh
peed.
wow, that's
Yep.
submission, isn't it?
Yeah, it's anxiety pee.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
anxiety pee.
That's
Not uncommon.
no. I think it's great what he's doing.
So one of the things that we tell owners right from the start is that if a dog is loose in your house, like he is already, and that you can't get to him when you want to, unless he comes to you, that already he's owning too much of the space. Good. Now she's gonna come over and give him a little reassurance. She can smell his anxiety. Yeah. And the other thing is that understanding that all of this is yours, that there's the dog bowl, the food that you give him, the toys, anything that you label his, we're already on the wrong track, okay? Because all that's yours, that you're gonna share lovingly with your dog. So whatever toy, whatever bone, we're gonna show you the proper things that he should be chewing on. Okay?
He stopped shaking as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't reached down to do anything to him. I just want to let him know that me being in his space shouldn't warrant any type of anxiety. That I'm not here to hurt him, I'm not here to do anything, but I can own this space right here, and I'm gonna move toward him a little bit. See?
And is this what we should be doing?
No, well, you're gonna have to do a different version of this.
Okay.
I'm just doing this because this is what this dog needs right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this as a professional. This is what this dog needs right now.
Good.
So nobody's come into the house and done this.
No.
No,
Yeah.
you're the first person to actually come in the house other than me and Sue.
Right,
No one's visited us in 2 weeks, so
Oh,
right.
he hasn't been out the house. Well, apart from we took him to Lowe's and Petco,
Uh-huh.
and that's when he was really kind of aggressive with people, lunging at people. We haven't. The weather's been so shitty that we haven't even been able to
Yeah.
take him for
right.
a
I mean, it's
walk.
one of those things. Like, what can you do? I mean,
Yeah, it's been like cooped up for 2 weeks.
Unfortunately, what's going to have to happen with this carpet is once that happens, unless you have some real great cleaner, you're going to have to get rid of that.
Oh, we can
Yeah,
throw
we
it.
will throw
Absolutely,
it.
that's
Yeah,
not
I'm
a
really sorry
problem.
about that.
No, please
Really sorry
don't.
about that.
We're absolutely no worries. 'Cause
Yeah, but it's just one of those things that I
Yeah.
tell people that once a
It's
dog
fine.
finds a spot and,
Yeah.
and there is pee in the house like that,
Yeah.
you've got some beautiful floors,
Yeah.
that you just don't want him getting the idea that that could be a spot for
Yeah,
him.
no, that's
you know.
good to
Oh,
know,
we'll-
definitely. Yeah.
So one of the things that we're going to do too is that we're going to start to give you a program of how to get this dog socialized properly, exercised properly, so that then you can start to reel him in a little bit more. You can start to feel really trusting around other people and other dogs and whatnot. Really that's what they need. So, and I say this because when you adopt a dog like this, one of the first things that happens is if he isn't properly socialized with other people, other dogs, we take them on the tee, we take them into
Yes.
town
Yeah.
right away, a lot. Then it's a really slow road to recovery for this dog. This dog really is in recovery right now. So once he comes from a shelter or is
Yeah.
switching homes,
Yeah, that's what's
there's
happened.
that stage of recovery that he has to go through. And so we have to rehabilitate that
Right.
and then send him back into a better state of mind, and then boom, and then bring his confidence up so that he doesn't feel the need to bark at anything,
Yeah.
because that's really a sign of that, oh, you know what, I came into a place, they put me on point, they let this happen, so now that feels like his job. So
Yes.
since I didn't correct it right away,
Right.
the first bark that happened, the first time somebody even might have come or,
Yes.
rung the doorbell, boom, if I don't correct that right away, then he gets a sense in his head that this is okay, this was allowed,
Yeah.
this is my job.
Yeah. See, I can smell something off him. I don't know
That's
what
probably
it
his
is.
pea soup. That's
No, I can smell.
No, no, it's a pheromone that you
It's,
smell.
that's exactly, I can smell it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a.
That happens when anxiety
Yeah, that's how I
produces a
smell it.
pheromone
Yeah.
in dogs. That's why your dog will actually come over and give
Yeah.
them some comfort.
Oh,
I can
that's
smell
not
it.
the smell
No,
over
it's
here.
not. It's
Yeah,
definitely something.
some people are really sensitive
Yeah,
to it.
I
Some
can
people
smell
aren't.
I can get a whiff of
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
else. No, I just
it's definitely. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
pea.
anxiety pheromone.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I can smell it from
Yeah.
here. Wow.
No, Thomas, you know what? As you said about coming through the door,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was going barking like crazy and you corrected him. Is that something we should do as soon as we come in from work? If he's...
Is he barking at you guys when you come in?
No, not
Sometimes
really.
he
Okay,
does,
you're
sometimes he
right.
doesn't, because I'm off work at the moment, so I'm around a lot.
Well, that's a good thing.
So-
Not that maybe that's not a good thing for you, but it's a great thing
Yeah.
for the dog.
Yeah.
If you guys have someone that's here 24/7,
Yeah.
that you're really in a good
Yeah.
position. I tell people this all the time, that the hardest thing to do is to bring a dog into your house and have any time away from that dog that's like 3, 4, 5 hour chunks of time where people are going to work, and you have a walker come in or
Yeah,
something
right,
like that. It's just not going to be good. It's not going to help you solidify the trust with that dog and really find, you know, if you're here for a little bit
Yeah,
and,
he's
and
on
you're
the
home,
road.
Maybe
fast,
another month,
Yeah, he's
and
had a
I'll be back at
rotator cuff
work.
surgery,
That's perfect.
So, yeah.
that's we're almost glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Because then you can really get some work done with this dog that's going to be necessary. One of the things that we do with the board and train, when we bring a dog like this in, the first thing we're looking to do is exhaust the dog. We have to exhaust this dog to get the dog's attention, to get the dog looking towards us, and to stop him from actually, he's too tired to bark sometimes. He's just like too tired. I'm just tired, you know. Then your corrections actually mean more when they're tired. You can understand that, right? That makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, your corrections will mean
Listening
more.
to
You can be less. You don't have to be as heavy-handed with your corrections when they're that tired. So the first thing to do is think about, how do we get this dog tired? What's the best exercise for this dog? And so people think it's the walk, but you simply can't walk far enough. Neither one of you could walk far enough to give this dog the proper exercise. So he's got to run at some point. The walk is great for your relationship, but you can't think of that as the exercise for the dog. That's the exercise for you guys.
Right.
You know, if you're doing it properly and you're going as far as you should be going, that's great exercise for you, but that's still not enough exercise for the dog. On those walks, all you're building is a relationship, where he's following you,
Yeah.
how he's walking with you. That's what that walk is for. Okay.
Okay. Now we have canine fence, but I'm going to have someone come in to train him properly. But we do have the canine fence around the yard, the border. I haven't got flags up now because she's used to
Okay.
it.
Well, I'm not really a fan of the canine fence.
Okay.
Because it gives you a sense of sort of false security.
Yeah. Well, that's our concern, is that it's
You
going to
know,
go right through it.
So really what you want is the dog to be honoring the borders that you show him without having a fence.
Right.
And we start doing that inside. We do that with border training. We do that on the walk, for the curb. Because ideally what we want is this dog to be off leash, under full control at some point in our lives. And shortly. We want to be able to go anywhere with this dog, literally off leash, have him follow us, do whatever we ask him to do. If we ask him to stay and wait for us, he'll stay and wait for us. If we ask him to, to go and run for a little bit, he'll go and run, come back to us, all those things. That's really what the whole idea is. But the fact is that first what we're going to do is show you what we want to have happen, almost like you would be getting this dog right from the very beginning.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has not been socialised, because my understanding is that he just has been to doggy daycare and been at the house because he bit someone where they worked. So he's bitten a child on the chin. The child must have gone up to him, and then he's also bitten a co-worker of the guy. So that's when they decided to rehome him. But we're really pretty much his last chance, because they are going to have him put down.
Yeah, I mean, once that happens,
So,
And so really then what happens is you guys are in a really tough position.
Yeah.
Because a dog like this really has to go to a professional to be board and trained, to get all those things out of him, because really it's on you now to get this dog to a level of trust around other human beings, around other dogs, And we're going to try to give you all the tools and the information for that, but I'm going to tell you something, I'll tell you right now, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy.
No.
See, that's what we said. I mean, just it's the expense as well. You know, Al's been out of work for 6 months with hand surgery and rotator cuff surgery, and just, you know, paying our bills. I mean, just having you guys come today, and we paid for him $400.
Right.
So
I mean, insurance is one of those necessary things. It's just like water and food these days, because unfortunately, we don't know what might happen. He might get some kind of, you know, bowel something or something internal, and you already love the dog. You want to help him. You take him to the vet. $3,000.
Yeah.
well,
$4,000.
Well, we
you know
know
about
about that.
she had a corneal transplant a couple of years ago, so. But our problem, our issue is the biting, because our vets told us that is a liability that we don't.
See, we've got
Yes.
two kids next door, either side, and they're young and they play basketball, play ball, baseball. When the ball comes down, they just run down the hill.
Right.
And the thing with the electric fence, we know that, you know, if we can train him, hopefully he won't go through it, but it's kids coming through the fence. The kids...
Yeah, the kids aren't hooked up to it.
Right.
But now the kids have come into our yard, he's thinking, you know, who the hell is this? And we're scared that that's what we're worried about.
Right.
Yeah, well, and that's the
That's the
the
big-
and that's the
the big
attitude
thing.
that we have to change. That if someone came into our yard, my dog already says, "Hey, this is not my yard. This is your yard," and they might want these people here, and so it's not my job to patrol my yard because it's not mine. It's not his yard.
Yeah, that's, I mean, my ideal thing would be, you know, to be socialised and not have to worry about going anywhere with him. That's just our concern because
sure.
of his history and just, you've seen what he's like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know, we just want...
Yeah, and the nice thing, well, here's the thing, guys, and I'll be honest with you, because I'm always an advocate for the dog. You guys have a beautiful dog right here.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
She's a sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
You know?
play, and
This attitude on this dog is genuine, beautiful dog attitude that's going to give you nothing but joy in your home. You can have people over.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So you guys took on something at this time in your life that's
That's demanding, I'll tell you.
extremely
It
demanding.
is.
you hit it on the head, Alan. You hit it right on the head. It's extremely demanding.
Oh,
And so I know this might be his last chance, but unfortunately, you know, we could find another home for him if possible, but I'm going to be really honest with you up front.
I want you to be.
You know, this is going to be harder than you think it is with a dog like this. You already have this dog. To have another dog in your life is almost like taking on a small child that has huge special needs. You know, like you just adopted a little baby that has huge special needs.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's quite demanding.
You see, that's what I need to know. Because right now, I don't like him the way he is.
Right.
And I don't have any love for him because
Right.
he's just shown nothing but aggression.
Right.
So I just feel like like someone said to me when we were in Lowe's and our nephews were there, this was last Monday, and they wanted to come and see him and I made them stand back. I was so scared and I was lunging at them.
Yeah.
And then the parents were with him and then a child walked past me and I was this side and he got round the other side and lunged for the kid.
Yeah.
And then Stan said to me, my brother-in-law said, "Sue, don't be a martyr with this dog."
Well,
well, we're determined to give him a chance, Thomas, you know. With you guys coming out today, you're going to give us some tips and...
we're going to give you a lot. We'll
we'll give him a shot.
Yep.
But
Well, this will be a really good taste of just a sampling of what we mean by like the demand that'll be in here. Like what we go over now will just basically be like one of the walks that he's gonna have to go through or get used to. So it'll give you enough information and put in enough time to feel like if this is something that's even sustainable, even after you get it done your surgery or back to work.
Yeah, that's another thing you have to consider. You know, after putting in the time, when you put that in there, because it's not going to happen just like that. I'll be honest with you, that won't happen.
what's good now is I'm doing something like that, Thomas, because I'm going for physical therapy and I go out for like 3 hours, come back, then I'll see the dogs have a bite to eat, go out again for more therapy, go to the Y. So he's getting kind of used to that, being alone for 3 hours, 2 hours,
Okay.
going shopping to the Star Market, come back an hour.
So when you leave, where do you leave him?
Well, we're just leaving him up here for now. When we did have crates up here, actually, we had, because she likes to go in one at night just to, for the fun of it type of thing. But the dogs, we've let them have their roam at the house, so that's how we've started with him. We do have a bigger crate that we could either bring back up, or we have them in the basement. We could keep them down there.
Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is bringing a new dog into your house and then having the run of the
He
house.
has had, and you know, he's been on, so, you know, we have like blankets that we put on the
Yeah, he hasn't earned anything.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't earned anything. So you gave him everything right away.
Right away,
You know, you put him right on the throne. We talk about that.
Yes.
About you put the crown on him right away.
Yeah.
And now you want to try to leash this dog.
Yeah.
Now you want to try to reel him back in.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And so it really is about you guys sort of starting over, having a different attitude, almost saying, hey, you know what? Today we just brought this dog home from the shelter. This is what the protocol is going to be. I always say that there should be a graduation of, you know, from floor to couch to maybe bed.
Yeah, I'm not having him
Okay.
because I don't
Okay.
want, I feel
So-
like that will give him too much dominance.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
floor to couch
Most
to
people
maybe
can't wait to
even,
have their dog
you
in
know,
their
No, I'm
bed.
not.
yeah. And so we just recently, believe me, I'm right on that page with you, because I tell most clients that having a dog on your bed is not the good thing to do. We have our bed on the floor now because we just moved into a new house. We couldn't fit our stuff upstairs. We have the mattress on the floor, and when we went camping, our dog would sleep on the bed with us when we were camping. And so now it's kind of like we're camping in the house. So we're on the floor. He's allowed in the bed, and it's been really nice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
he's a really sweet, cuddly
Absolutely,
dog.
yeah.
He's a pit bull. He's a
Yeah.
good-sized pit bull, but he's warm and he's cuddly.
Yeah.
But he had to earn that.
Yeah, I do let on the bed
Yeah.
with me, but
Yeah.
him I don't, 'cause I
Yeah.
just feel like
He had
that's
to earn
Right.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, and even earning so spots in your house, so, you know, you have a really beautiful walk-through right here, right into your kitchen. Going to be conscious of is that the dog will bite me. And I'm not going to say he might bite me. You hear that?
Yeah.
The dog will bite me, okay? If I'm doing my job right, and I'm showing them all the corrections, and I'm showing them all the boundaries, he's going to object to that. He's going to object to this sort of, especially right now, because he's going through this power change.
Yes.
Okay? When he comes to my house, there is no power change. I let the dog know who's in charge right away, so there is no power change that I have to go through. Still, dogs will bite you because that's their only way to tell you that I'm objecting to this right now. Okay? So that's why we wear gloves. We always wear gloves when we start training a dog. Always, always, always.
And you say that we too should,
Always.
because we have leather gloves.
Always.
Yeah,
Good pair of strong leather gloves.
Yeah.
We have some recommendations
We
too.
have some recommendations for that. And the reason why we wear the
something nice
wellness
and-
glove, I wear
Oh, Alan's a
you know,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
glove is a really nice piece of equipment, because one of the things that will happen is not only will the dog go after my hand a lot of times,
Go for your
but right
wrist.
after my wrist.
Yeah, I've got
You
I've
know,
got some of them. Tom,
Yeah, and some that will go up to here, you know, we've used for really high-end dogs that, you know, that go right up to the elbow. But the thing is once we're showing them things and we're doing the correction, the dog might give me a
Yes.
bite, the dog might object, and then I have to be able to actually go into that dog's mouth. So once that dog puts his mouth on me, boom, he gets 2 fingers, fist, something in the mouth
Yeah.
that says, no, no, no,
Yes.
you can't do this.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Yeah.
If he persists, he gets put down. He gets handled just like they would do in the wild, where I'm putting this dog
Yeah,
down,
right.
I'm making him submit to
Yeah,
me,
like the wolves,
and then I'm
yeah.
still saying, hey, you cannot bite me.
Yeah.
Okay? The problem is that most people have a hard time with this aspect of dog training.
No,
Sue won't.
no,
But what it is with me, I've got like back issues and my rotator cuff's just gone.
There you go.
There's no way I can. It's hard for me to explain, but
No,
if something happens to me quick and I have to react quick,
Right.
I spaz out
uh-huh.
on my arm. So that's going to be tough for me. You're going to have to do
no,
that.
I
Yeah.
don't have an issue.
But she's
Okay.
great with
Yeah.
all of that.
Okay.
She
And
doesn't have
as
an
as
issue.
long as you can do some of the corrections,
Yeah.
some of it's not going to be
Yes.
so hard on your body.
Mhm.
But I'm glad you said that, because there are going to be times where you might have to wrestle this dog down, you know, and you might not be
Oh,
up
I
for
can't
that right
do
now.
that.
I'll do it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is too, is that once the dog starts to understand that we're giving him all these boundaries, hey, no, no, no.
That's it.
So I'm gonna grab a hold of him. I'm gonna take a leash on him.
All right.
I don't have any anger toward him. I don't have any resentment. I'm not, you know, I'm not holding it against him. He's not holding it against me. Okay. You know, so I'm gonna still give him some love. I'm still gonna, you know, I'm gonna let him know that this is really all I wanted. And this is all he should get from anybody. Okay. I can still. He's really tense. Really tense. You know.
I mean, he's actually even going
Quiet.
for the vacuum when Alan vacuums.
Yeah, the vacuum.
He's just-
Yeah, I can smell that.
Can you
Now
smell
I can
it?
smell it. Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
intense, isn't it?
I get that all the time.
I
We-
never
Yep.
smelt anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, that's anxiety. That's a pheromone that she's kicking off really hard. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And what should we have for him? Should we have a leash? Because he came with a harness, which
Well,
is
we're going to show you why
ridiculous.
what we're using right here is the piece of equipment that you're going to use. This slip lead up around his chin like that, cinched down. We're going to show you why this is going to be what we call his indoor lead or necktie. Once we unhook that, this is going to be an indoor lead for you for correction. We hook this on to a walking lead. And then we hook it onto a longer training lead. We're going to give you a 20-foot training lead to show you how to use. The fact is right now, this dog won't come off this leash. This is the proper piece of equipment that he's going to wear all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? The harness, the wrong thing about the harness is that it puts the apparatus around a large muscle group. And what happens is it actually promotes him to pull.
Yeah, that's what
Though you might have more control of your dog and you're not choking him, that piece of equipment on that dog like that is just already telling the dog, hey, I need a wagon behind me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
I need
Yeah.
to pull something.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, like I said, you might have better control of him, but he's still pulling at you.
Yeah, I just felt it was giving him too much power here.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I mean? So that's
It does.
where we went out and got a leather leash for him and collar, but that looks brilliant.
Yeah, so you see what's happening is that no matter what, he now has to be on me. I can feel his body on me. You know, we're just communicating right now. He's communicating with me right now, and I'm communicating with him that I'm not holding him back.
No.
You know, I don't have any tension on this leash. You know, I'm just letting him know that I mean him no harm. That pretty soon he's going to have to do nothing but follow me. Okay.
So what I've been doing is, because he really doesn't want much to do with me at all, is every time he's passed me, or when I've come in on a night, I've played with him. Because I felt like that would be something that, and he's been brilliant, but maybe I've just maybe instead of just ignoring him, I'm trying to have him come to me, so at least I could pat him. So none of that now should stop all that.
Yeah.
Okay, no play. Okay, no.
No play indoors. There's no
Okay.
play inside.
Okay.
We'll show you some stuff to do, like some hide and seek. You know, some hide and seek to do. You know, but there's no rough house play.
Okay.
We never rough house with the dog.
Okay.
That's for other dogs.
Yes.
We never let him use his mouth on us playfully.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and pretty soon I don't know how much he's licking, but we don't even let them lick.
No,
And usually dogs like this aren't lickers.
No,
He's not at all. He hasn't
No.
done
Yeah.
anything like that.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah, because he's not trying to be friendly.
Yeah, no, he's not
Yeah.
a liquor at all.
He hasn't been like that at all.
So what we're going to do first, we're going to show you how to walk him.
Okay.
Okay, so whichever direction you guys usually go, we're going to show you how to walk him
Go down to the
first.
front, I'll get it on.